Worldwide tune in, people pull up a seat for the show you've waited for. Morgan Angelique with her curvy cardio and professional pretty. You may have seen her catching flights to your country or city, finding the sparkle building brands and beauty and fashion. Her vibes and lifestyle, you got questions, ask them. Chief creative consultant of beauty for the hurl. It's Morgan Angelique, world, holla at your girl, what's up? She a boss, world, holla at your girl, what's up? Yep, it's Morgan Angelique, what's up?
Welcome to the Morgan Angelique Show. I am your host, Morgan Angelique Owens, and as always, we start the show with our coffee and cocktail chat. Mostly more cocktails, right? So our Cream and Sugar Coffee House is our coffee sponsor, and our liquor sponsor, of course, Uncle Nearest. Who needs another cocktail? All right, let's have LaToya, our resident whiskey chick, bring the drinks on in. Now, LaToya, this is so pretty. What are we drinking?
So you have some fresh squeezed grapefruit juice.
Healthy.
We have a mint syrup.
Healthy.
We have some lime and agave.
Healthy. Oh my goodness, this is a health drink.
It's a smoothie.
It is. Let me go ahead and taste this. Which Uncle Nearest is in it?
1884.
1884, let's see. Ooh, that's good. That is refreshing. Does this have a name? Heart Health. Yes. Heart Health, because today's show we are dedicating to my dad, Dr. Odell Owens. So Heart Health is really, really dear to my heart because we lost him unexpectedly from cardiac arrest. So I felt it very, very important that we learn about heart health, we learn how to take care of ourselves because it's happening more and more in the Black community. I can't tell you how many times I've seen heart issues now on my timeline. And so even though this is a very difficult topic for me, very, very new, I always want to use my platform to save us, right, and help us. All right, so for our chat, we're going to talk all about sleep, and I'm going to bring in one of my besties, Dr. Anissa Shomo, for our Kiki. Come on, Dr. Anissa. So let's talk sleep. What are some things we need to know?
So one of the biggest things is, so as a family doctor, I talk about sleep like all day. It's one of the biggest things I talk about. And the CDC recommends 7 hours of sleep on average. How many of y'all sleep 7 hours a night?
Me. I get my rest.
Okay. So
in a row, yes.
Right. And so a lot of people think, oh, like, you hear I'll sleep when I'm dead, that sort of thing. You're like, no, because
you will sleep when you dead.
Yeah, exactly. So lack of sleep has been linked to high blood pressure. Has anybody ever had their blood pressure checked after a night of poor sleep? Yeah, is it high? Yeah, so that's what I see a lot of times. I see a lot of my patients check their blood pressure comes in high, and I'm like, did you sleep last night? And the answer is usually no. And so there's a lot of, reasons why people may not be sleeping. But one of the biggest things that I try to address with people is making sure that their sleep habits are doing great. So there can be a lot of different reasons. Like sometimes people are just stressed and they may not, have a good night of sleep, or some people have sleep apnea. So definitely get that checked out.
Yeah.
Another big thing is hormonal changes. So that's one of the biggest things for me. Like as I'm in different points in my cycle, I notice that I don't sleep as well. So you can talk to your doctor about all of those different things. But today I'm going to talk about 3 tips for better sleep.
All right.
So number 1 is, so first of all, y'all know I have the course, 14-Day Coping Skills, and I actually have 14 toolkits in my 14-Day Coping Skills course. So I have a sleep basket that I recommend. So I have a few things that I'm going to share from my sleep basket toolkit.
Now this is the sleep, not play.
Right. So number one is sip the tea. So I know we're sipping a little bit of this, but y'all know that Cream and Sugar Coffee House sells tea.
Yeah.
So get you some tea. So this tea I actually just get from the grocery store. I grew up on this celestial seasoning. So make sure that you try to drink tea at night instead of alcohol, because alcohol can interrupt your sleep. A lot of times people will think that they're doing a good job by doing that, but it's counterproductive. So number 2 is quiet the mind. So I actually love these because it's no light involved. These are my Quiet Comfort Bose headphones. So I put them on and I listen to either some music or a podcast, and great for falling asleep. And then the last thing is sometimes when I'm having hormonals,
Oh, wait.
I get a little hot.
See?
So
It's
I may,
healthy.
right. So I'll put this right on the bedstand and turn it on. So
Yes.
this is cool it down. Number 3 is cool it down.
Down. All right. So what are those 3, y'all? Sip the tea. Music. Quiet time. And
Cool it down.
cool it down. Yes. And P.S., this is what a black doctor looks like, everybody.
Yes.
Okay? All right. So thank you, Dr. Anissa Shomo, so much.
you.
It's so funny to call her that, but doctor.
You bestie.
Yes. All right. So stay tuned. As I said, the American Heart Association is sponsoring this segment. So we're about to listen to Dr. Angelica Hardy, and it's another fly black doctor, okay? So stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Gabrielle. I came to CWC really in search of a ray of hope and saw that they were really offering a different approach. My son began in the fall of 2021. It's really important to me that kids feel safe and loved at school. They don't miss the mark on the details with that. I would recommend CWC to families, friends, because I feel like every kid deserves to be met where they are.
Hey, we welcome you to the Pilgrim Baptist Church, Hamilton, Ohio, where I get the honor of serving as the senior pastor. We want to invite you out to one of our weekly worship experiences, Wednesdays, 6 p.m., and on Sundays at 11 a.m. And listen, you can also join us on one of our live stream platforms on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, where you can connect with us at any time. We would love for you to join us, where you experience transformation, inspiration, and dedication in and through the Word of God. Bountiful blessing to you and your family, and we look to see you soon.
All right. So we are back, and first of all, I want to thank American Heart for sponsoring this segment. And I'm here with another friend and another doctor, black doctor, Dr. Angelica Hardy. Let's give it up for her. Yes. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm a
Yes.
fan and I watch all the time, so I'm excited to be here.
Great. Well, introduce yourself to our viewers.
I am Dr. Angelica Hardy. I'm Vice President of Community Impact for the American Heart Association here in Greater Cincinnati in Northern Kentucky.
Yes. Right? So, we're in Heart Month. So why is heart health so important, especially in the Black community?
Yes, unfortunately, heart disease and cardiovascular disease plagues our entire country, our entire world. It's a #1 killer for all of us, but specifically the Black community, it impacts us heavily. So over half of us have high blood pressure, and unfortunately, a lot of cardiac diseases, either congenital heart defects and then long-term cardiovascular disease.
So what are the ways that we can, combat that, like get healthy? What are some tips that we
So
can
Dr.
do?
Shomo started with the sleep, which is
Yes.
actually one of our, we call them our life's essential 8. So one of them is getting better sleep. Another one is moving more, so being active, physical activity. One thing that I've added is line dancing to my.
Yeah, Black people love
We
us
love
some
a line dance,
right?
I don't care how you move, just
We
move,
will line dance
right?
to whatever.
Eating better, so adding more color to your diet, so fruits
Yes.
and vegetables. Really creating fun with that too.
Yeah.
Managing our weight. So as long as you're eating better and moving more, then we managing our weight, right?
Right.
Quitting tobacco. So trying to quit, attempting to quit. I always talk about, quitting is so easy to say, but it's hard to do,
Yeah.
right? So how are you working with your family and friends to help them quit for a healthy heart? And then Dr. Shomo mentioned being a family doc and how important it is to have primary care and all of the things like checking your cholesterol, checking your blood pressure, checking your blood sugar are super, super important to managing your heart health. So I know it sounds like a lot, but often I'm saying just like what little things can you do every single day as a part of your life's essential 8 to kind of achieve heart health.
Yeah, that's great tips. Y'all listening? Yeah. So what are some signs that is like, okay, we need to get our ish together?
Ooh.
There are warning signs for like heart issues.
I don't even like to call them warning signs. I like to be proactive, right? Okay. Seeing your primary care physician once a year. So most of the time we ask the questions, when the last time you checked your blood pressure? Yeah. And if you tell me more than a year, I'm gonna be like, so when's the last time you seen your primary care doc, right? Right. Because they're the ones that are gonna tell you like, okay, everything's looking good. Your cholesterol's good. Your blood sugar's good. I have no more worries that I want you to see another specialist or a doctor. Yeah. So I like to not necessarily focus on that. I like to say like, how can we be preventative? Yeah. And just like we go see every other doctor, we go get our hair done, we go get our nails done, we better add that to the list so we can take care of ourselves. Okay.
Does anyone have any questions they want to ask? Because, you know, we're all about transparency and y'all so quiet.
My bad. I told y'all a lot of stuff to do.
Yes. Yes. There's a question back there. Yeah.
So I know that there is one thing. I'm a hypochondriac. My doctor knows it. And I know that there is one, like, it's like a silent killer. It's a whisper killer. And I even know my brother has said there are those different heart, you know, like you have different beats. How can you even prepare? Like, I know you've already mentioned that. But yeah. I mean, not knowing those things with your doctor, is there something your doctor should be specifically looking for?
Yeah. So basically, a silent killer, and what should we be asking our doctor to check for?
Yeah. So blood pressure, management of blood pressure is what we call our silent killer. So blood pressure is actually our most modifiable risk factor for cardiovascular disease. So it is something that we can actually change ourselves if we are a bit more aware. So that's kind of why I keep preaching like primary care, primary care, primary care. Or what I like to say is have a blood pressure monitor at home, especially if you have a relative or family member that also has high blood pressure or maybe borderline, right? So checking your blood pressure at home can make a mound of difference. I've had a blood pressure machine since I started working at American Heart. My parents have them now. They check their blood pressure every day. Thankfully, they don't, but now that we're just more aware, everybody's more aware and more conscious, and we like to control the controllables, right? Taking your blood pressure in the morning takes no time. Yeah. Literally, all you do is put the cuff on and press a button most times on most machines, right? So that's something you can do, and then I think it'll help you feel a little bit better. And then if you do see your numbers a little high, Dr. Shomo had mentioned, right, getting the right amount of sleep. What are you eating? You can make some changes in your lifestyle to adjust that, and then go see your primary care doc.
Can we get those? Can we get those on Amazon?
Yes. You can get them anywhere. You get Amazon, CVS. Blood pressure cuffs are available everywhere.
No, we love ordering stuff on Amazon, y'all.
2 days.
So add that to the cart. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
No, 2 days, free shipping.
Yeah. I think there's another question. Yes. Yeah.
Does cardiovascular disease present differently in younger people versus older people, or is it kind of the same?
That's a good question.
There is a lot of research, and yes, it can. And I think there's a variation of genetics and a lot of congenital things that we don't necessarily see. We've seen a lot of young athletes and children suffering from cardiovascular disease. And a lot of times, because if there's not a history, we are not necessarily seeing that until, unfortunately, something happens. So yes, it can present differently, but that's why it's always very important to talk to your doctor, know your family history, and have your family tell their history, right? A lot of times we're not talking openly about maybe what our family has been going through.
Yeah, we got to talk, y'all.
Yes.
So where can we learn more and get more resources?
Yes, so there are a ton of resources at heart.org. I mean, from everything from blood pressure to CPR to everything related to heart health at heart.org.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
For being here. This is what a Black doctor looks like. All right. And as I said, you know, this topic is really true to my heart. You know, I love my dad. We miss him every moment of every day. So thank you so much for being here.
I don't know. It's not scripted.
Of course. Thank you. All right, y'all. We'll be right back for our Sparkle moment. right show, right? Yes. So we're gonna take care of ourselves, right? Yes. Heart health is super, super important. What were those sleep tips? Drink the quiet. Cool it down. Yes, and thank you so much to Dr. Hardy for dropping those gems on us. And we're gonna do so much better, right? Yes. All right. And as always, I'm gonna leave you with a sparkle moment. And this, of course, is for my daddy because he always, always told me this. Just go out and make a difference and remember where you came from. This is Morgan Angelique Owens, and this has been The Morgan Angelique Show.